Hello, everybody, and welcome. As you guys know, we've been having the seminar, and it was happening for around 3 days, and we only have two WLS learners here, so that's perfectly okay. But our two WLS learners here are Himani and Mirsan Chaudhary, and today they are the ones that came back from the seminar. The others, they still are coming back. But as you know, this seminar took place and it went on for a very short time, but at least they're able to get a little experience. So today, I'm going to be sharing what were the 5 key benefits that they were able to gain from being able to go to the seminar and spending time with the business. Before I start, I just want to say that everybody might think that the seminar was maybe a little unnecessary. But to me, based on my opinion, I think it was actually very much needed because if you're gonna have a business and if you call a business your family, then you obviously need to have physical time with them as well, not just always meeting up on computers, but also meetups and being able to talk to each other, experiencing how we actually do everything in person, so then you can gain more of an experience. And I know that this seminar, the experience that the kids were able to get was something that they could never forget. And although I wish I could have been there as well, but I'm back here in America and I couldn't go because of school and everything. But although I'm really happy, the learners are able to learn and get so much. But let me start with the 5 key points that we have for today. So the first point is going to be number one, deep relaxation and rejuvenation. So what this basically means is when you are away from home, yes, maybe you're going to be a little homesick, but at least you will not be as stressed anymore because you left your home and homesick obviously happens, but you don't have to worry about doing like so many things at home. You're able to basically just relax a little. Even though if you're practicing the same things, at least you'll be a little relaxed. And since you join the meeting every single day and you're with the same people over and over again, like on the phone or on the computer, you're able to see them in real life. So that is really great, and you guys don't have to stress for like internet connection or anything like that because you guys are actually able to see each other in person. And even for adults, they were also able to spend their own time as they were able to relax and they're able to do all of that. And the kids are able to as well. So I'm really happy you guys were able to at least calm down a little bit. Then next, number two is going to be stronger family bonds. Since you guys are practicing wellness together and you were able to basically connect so much. You guys were able to make connections with other parents, other kids, and with all the other families as well. And I know that Himani, she was the one that told me before we started live that a lot of her friends that she met on the Zoom meeting here, she was able to see them in person, and I'm really happy that she was able to because she was telling me how she had a really great time and how she was really happy that she can meet them in person because they already had a strong bond. So the physical contact also made it stronger. And Himani was telling me that she did miss them, which is completely understandable. I would miss them as well. But overall, Himani, you told me a really great example before we started the live, so thank you for that. But just overall, everybody was able to relax, you're able to meet up with your friends, and you were able to have stronger bonds as well because when you're with your family, you're like blood related family, since you're actually with them, then you're able to connect with them and you're able to see like how they also are as adults and being able to make friends with the other adults there. The next, number three, is going to be expert-led learning. Since you guys are obviously learning the wellness from Shishil sir, who is a life coach and strategist, and he's had a lot of the practices and learned a lot about the wellness when he was like really young, I'd say like 11, 10, around that time. And he was able to learn about the wellness and he was actually self-taught from all the books and everything, so that makes it even more better. So you guys were able to learn about this from the expert, obviously, and then it got passed on to you guys. And I know that even every single day, even when I was getting ready for school, I'd see my dad, he would be speaking on there. So you guys were able to have a expert lead you guys and teach you guys. So just you guys were able to practice even with the good foods. And I know that you guys didn't always have junk food. Maybe you did for like these occasions where you're actually able to meet up. But overall, you guys are able to eat healthy. You're able to practice a lot of the things like you guys practice meditation. You guys practice the, do they practice appreciation and visualization? Right. But overall, you guys were able to practice all the things I practiced in the Zoom. All right. So before I continue on with all of our points, I want to really quickly ask Himani. So Himani, what were you guys able to learn and what did you do during the whole seminar?
Like as you told, I made in real. Yes, I was really happy that time. By seeing them in front of camera and in real. That is really exciting. And the thing that I learned is the timetable. Like whenever we eat a food, sometimes in night we take 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But in there, it is on time. Like breakfast on time, lunch on time, and in dinner at 6 o'clock. So I knew that we have to follow the timetable.
So quick question, Himani, what did you guys eat? Like what type of food?
Like in food, at breakfast we eat fruits and salad. And it was really nice. And even it makes me more healthy. And at lunch, we eat like a normal rice and vegetarian food. And even in that even we have salad. And even some of the tea break, we eat and moringa tea, carrot juice, and lemon juice. And by this, all the food, it really makes me more exciting and more healthy. And in the program, like I was listening too carefully because we have to focus on the camera and focus onto the stage. But in this Zoom class, like we have to see on camera, and sometimes I don't use to focus. But in that, we have to focus a lot. And by focusing, even I note take and the confusion I had.
Right. And really quickly, Himani, I'm also curious about you guys' schedule. Like, when did you wake up? When did you go to bed? Like, how was everything?
Like, actually, we wake up at 4 o'clock.
So 4 a.m.?
Yeah, 4 a.m.
And what time did you guys go to bed?
Like, around 8 o'clock.
All right. So what did you guys do at 4 a.m. that early? That's what a lot of people might be wondering here.
4 a.m., as I told, that the parents used to meditate on the hall. And we do the meditation like half or 1 hour in our room. And then we become fresh, like we bath. And even we talk some of the minutes. And then we go on to the breakfast. And even in the night, like 8 o'clock, we went to our room. So some of the thoughts and some of the talk like we do, and it is like in the morning and the night. And even I learned that it is important for us to learn the habit, and even like learning about the life. I knew how to learn how to live a life.
All right. Well, thank you, Himani, for sharing and for sharing or for answering my questions that I had because I don't know much about what you guys did, but at least I'm happy I was able to hear from you guys. So thank you very much. And now I'd like to also ask Mirsan, how was the seminar for you? Because I know that it was different for Himani because she was MC. I'll ask her how it was to be MC later. But just I want to go back and forth to you guys. So Mirsan, how was it for you for the seminar?
I feel so good in this seminar, and I also meet my friends, and also I knew new things.
And what was like the things that you practiced in the seminar? Like not just meditation, but what else did you practice?
We practice also finance, finance and habit and health.
All right. And did you guys also practice any of the public speaking, or was it just wellness the whole entire time? And finance.
Yes.
You said
Yes.
you also speak in the seminar.
Yes, I have to speak.
And what did you speak about? Like, how did you feel when you were speaking up there at the stage and you were very maybe scared, or how did you feel?
I feel nervous that time
Why?
And why did you feel nervous?
because that was my first time in the stage.
All right. Well, overall, thank you, Michelle, for sharing about your other experience. I'll go back to you later. But once again, I want to continue and I want to finish off all these points, and we're going to be going on back to Hilani. So, our next point was number 4, which is going to be new healthy habits. Overall, you guys did practice the same things on the live, but sorry, not on the live, in the meeting, but you guys were actually able to experience everything with each other, like everything as in you practice meditation together, you practiced all the habits together, you learned so many things together, and you did everything like physically together. Like you guys ate together, you guys had time with each other, and that was really great. And since you guys already had this routine, when you did it like physically with other people, you could see like how they did it. So overall, you guys are able to do really great based on what I was able to hear. The next, number 5, our last point, which is going to be fun and connection. You guys were able to connect with so many kids, as I can already say. Mishan and Himani, they already made a lot of new friends in that time span, even though if it was very short, they were able to have such a great bond with their friends, and I'm really happy that they were able to spend time with them because in WLS we're not trying to always be negative, I would say, or not always trying to separate them from one another. Having friends is perfectly okay. It's actually really great. And you guys were able to be friends and have friends with so many other people. But now I like to ask Kimani once again, how was it being MC? Because you had such a big role, and even before the seminar, I could hear you like practicing because I was in the bathroom right over there. My dad, he was here, he was teaching you guys, helping you guys. So Himani, how was it during the seminar? And how was it as the MC? Because that's a really big role.
Like as the MC, first I was nervous, and even I thought that yes, I will do my best as much I can. And when I went to the stage, like I take a long breath in and then I speak. And I was so excited. And even giving them a warm welcome, it was my pleasure.
All right. And Timani, as the MC, as you took all, like, you did everything, basically, not everything, but you were able to be the MC, take that big of a role. When you first heard that you're gonna be MC, what was your immediate thought? Like, how did you feel about it right away? Were you scared, nervous, excited, or just?
Like when I knew that at first I'm the MC. And at that time, I think that what is the first thing I should speak. And even I was like excited to do in the first.
All right. So it's really great, Himani. Thank you for sharing. I'll go back to you later because now I can say that we have Arohi here. So Arohi, I know that you might haven't made a little script ready, but all is fine. So Arohi, welcome back. And I can see that you're obviously very happy to be here. So Arohi, I'd like to ask you, were you at the seminar? I think you were, right?
I didn't do the MC, but
I know, but were you at the seminar, just like overall? All right. So how was it at the seminar being able to be with so many people? Just tell me a little experience about how you were able to practice and be there.
first time when I entered the hall, I think that was only I was so nervous as well, but I also have an speech to do, but it was cancelled to be do the welcome speech. But suddenly, they called me to give any speech about how was your experience during first when you wasn't in the WLS and when you come in the WLS. That time I was so nervous, and we meet that meeting we were so excited to meet, and now I know that we have a big WLS family doing that.
All right. Thank you, Arahi, and family is a really great word that you used. So, Arahi, I'd also like to ask you, what was a lot of the things that you practiced? So, like, what was everything that you practiced there and what you learned there?
We learned habit building and so much points to do it. And our Susila ma'am, Novel sir, and Dr. Ramesh sir, they ask the questions, and if they finish the task, they can give us the gifts in last. And doing that, I experienced that how much we have to practice on finance and our health. Also in meditation, how it helps. I learned that.
And I also heard that you guys are able to learn about the finance too, the personal finance. So, what were you able to learn from that as well?
From that, we know how to make money, and Susan ma'am also said that we can earn money by Facebook and YouTube, making videos, also selling the almond moringa. How much you sell, you can have more percentage than the if we do sell only. But if we didn't do sell, our time was only investing to just see.
All right, so thank you, Arahi, for sharing. I will go back to you later. But now I like to also ask Mission. So Mission, you know how you're able to practice so many of the things. What was probably one of your favorite things that you learned, or your favorite thing the way you practice?
My favorite thing was I knew new things and my swimming time.
And why was that your favorite part in the seminar?
I part in seminar because I can learn new things.
All right. And Mission, did you also go up and speak on the stage? I think you did, right? I think I already asked you about that. So, Mission, what did you talk about when you went up and spoke on the stage?
I talk about how I feel in this session.
So, although, thank you very much, Mission, for sharing. And just overall, just by the experiences that we can see from our WLS, they have been able to learn so much, and I'm really happy that they have been able to practice as much as well, because I know that being at a seminar and seeing so many people, obviously it might be a little scary, it might be a little intimidating, but then at the same time, you guys have made so many connections and built a strong bond with the people that you've met on this little screen, and you've met them in actual, like, real life. So just overall, I like to also go back to Adahi, and I'd also like to ask her, Adahi, what was your favorite part of the whole session? Like, what was your favorite thing that you were able to learn from there, and why?
My favorite thing was in the health because from that we see some dramas that was real of that people like Rishi and Youngest did to act to that they are sick and then they just means they say that we need junk food and they eat, then their stomach was pain. So from that they learn a lesson, and that was the drama. And I also learned that if we have fever and so much fever, we can take and what a big type of palping and then off to our knee and take a hot water that is to our knee and we can our fever is gone. So that's why the health was my favorite part of the whole session.
And Adahi, I would also like to ask you, how did you like the routine that you had? Because no, it might be a little different, but how did you like the routine? Like your routine from when you woke up, when you went to bed, when you ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, when you practiced the things. How did you like the routine?
Sorry. First, we wake up in 6 or then from 6 o'clock we are going first day we are going to eat the breakfast. We are not. We are starting the meeting from 10 and first we have breakfast. So meeting in middle it have 5 minutes break. Then 1 to 2 that is lunch. Then 2 to 4 that is a meeting, and middle of it has break. Then we has more meetings 6 to 7 or no 4 to 6, and then we have dinner break for 6 to 7. Then 6 to 7 we say no. Then 7 to 8 we say all the students say their experience first, how were they and now how were they now. Then second day we wake up in the 6 and eat breakfast 6 to 7 a.m. Then again we go to the meeting hall for 7 to, I guess, 7 to 8 or 9. Then we have to break in middle. Then 8 to 9 we have no. Then 8 to 9, 8 to 10 next session. 10 to 11 next session. Then 1 to 2 lunch break. And next, I guess it is so long, so Samvi Didi, you can continue.
All right. So thank you, Aruhi, for sharing. So I know that you guys are able to practice the health, wealth, and happiness there, considering that you guys are able to learn so much, and you also brought the positivity with you as well. But overall, Aruhi, thank you for at least breaking it down, how the session went, how the seminar went.
How are you going to implement in their mind?
All right, but now I'd like to ask Miss Sun, based on how you guys were able to practice the seminar and how you were able to do everything with everybody else, how are you going to implement this into your daily life now? As in, what you practice in the seminar, how are you going to put that practice into your real life, and how are you going to practice that in your real life?
I put my practice that finance class and health habit class, and I also will have I be also healthy.
So mission, basically, you know how you woke up and how you went to bed at that time, how you ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at that time. Are you going to put that routine into your life now, or are you not?
I put that routine, but I will not eat dinner in 8, in 6 or 5.
All right. Although, thank you, Michelle, for sharing, and I'm happy that you're at least maybe a little bit honest about the dinner time. But now I like to ask my same question onto Himani, and I'd like to listen from her and see how she's going to implement the things that we practice or what you guys practice in the seminar in your life right now.
Like, yes, we have to even put the thing we learn to our daily life. Like the thing I learned in there, that we have to maintain a time routine. Like the time on there, in which time I have to get up, in which time I have to sleep, in which time I have to take my lunch, dinner, and breakfast. I have to do same in here. And the way I sit in the program, the patient, even I have to show in my daily life. Even the thing I learned like finance, health, and habit. I have to even take those things to my daily life routine.
All right. Overall, thank you, Himani, for sharing. And I'd like to also ask Arohi, how are you going to put what you practice in the seminar, like the routine and everything, how are you going to put that into your real life?
Like everything we do, I can put it by changing my habit, earning money, and taking care of my health, and putting all of the things that we didn't have to do or do. And I will also not eat junk food so much, and I will take care of my health and have everything that helps me.
All right, thank you, Arohi, for sharing. And overall, I know that you guys are able to practice so much of this, and I hope that you guys are able to practice this in your real life. It shouldn't just be something that you only practice like in the seminar, but something that you guys can practice every single day in your life now. But although I feel like that maybe we can end it from here. But overall, I'm happy we were able to listen to our WLS learners here, and we can get the experience, all their experiences tomorrow. But just for today, we have the MC's experience, and we have Nishan and Arohi's experiences as well. And I'm happy that at least all you guys are able to come here and speak, even though if it was just the four of us, at least you guys are able to speak and share. And I wish I could have at least gone there, but it's okay. I wasn't able to. But I hope that next time you guys are able to these seminars, probably during the summertime, hopefully, and I can come during my summer break. But overall, I thank everybody here for watching us and being able to listen. And I hope that this also inspires anybody with maybe a small business or anything to actually meet up and have the physical contact, because the physical contact with the people that you work with is so important, and being able to see them in person and bonding in person, not just always relying on technology. Because when you are in person, you're not going to have any internet connections, you're not going to have no disturbances, you'll be able to see them in person, and you're gonna bond with them and gonna be able to have so much fun with them. But for now, I feel like that we can end our live. So for now, we can say bye-bye. I hope you guys are able to enjoy our live, and we'll see you guys soon in our next live. Bye-bye.
Oh.